That squirrel's the size of Enzo. And Enzo still eats from my fucking hand, goddammit. What is going on, my guys? Today's a beautiful day in Los Angeles, California. I'm Alejandro, and let's talk about cars. Now hit it, Ivan. Welcome back to another season of Let's Talk About Cars. I'm gonna call it, for the sake of it, season number 2, and the reason why is we're back on the podcast. We're gonna do once a week the podcast, and also I'm looking for a co-host. The first co-host was Sergio, giving it a shot. Let's see how he does with all of you guys, because you at the end are gonna be the ones that decide who stays as the co-host. And obviously we're gonna have guests eventually, but right now the most important thing is to find that awesome co-host that we vibe with, that we like. Now, on to the news. I want to talk about Mate Rimac and how this 33-year-old man is on the verge of buying Bugatti, maybe already did it, or it's about to happen. So number one, Mate Rimac, better known for Rimac, his car company, all-electric car company. We did a little documentary on Rimac about 4 years ago. I want to say it was 4 or 5 years ago. I'm going to leave the link in the description down below. Also, I apologize for the way I talk. I'm wearing my Invisalign, so just know that that's going to be like the thing forever, because it's going to take me like 2 years to get my fucking teeth right. Anyway, 4 or 5 years ago, we did that documentary with Mate, and he already had 300 employees. He had the Concept 1. He only made 8 of those cars. It's basically a 1,200 to 1,500 horsepower electric car, if you want to look at it that way. And now they're coming out with the C2, which had another variant for the Pininfarina, and other car makers went in and said, dude, I need that platform, give it to me. While all of this is happening, Volkswagen came in through Porsche, because Porsche is owned by VW Group, and they said, dude, we want to buy 10% of Rimac. So they made an investment on Rimac, brilliant investment, and the reason why they did that, because they knew they were going to be buying powertrains, electric powertrains from them. If you're going to invest in a company and you're going to take their sales to the next level, you might as well be part of that growth, because instantly you double your money in a single play, right? So that was brilliant. Then Volkswagen saw everything that was going on and said, you know what, we like this, we're going to make it a 15% stake that we want to acquire from Rimac. Now, I don't know how many of you guys know this, but back in the day, not that many years ago, I want to say a year to 2 years ago, VW was willing to unload Lamborghini. And the reason why VW wanted to get rid of Lamborghini is really simple. It was not a sexy, profitable company. It was like the ugly brother. Volkswagen is getting really good at making money and becoming really efficient, right? And we talk a little bit more about this and how they do it on the podcast. So make sure that you watch it, subscribe to it on iTunes, Spotify, all the places. So while Volkswagen is looking at like, what the fuck am I going to do with this car company and whatnot, the Rimac thing comes up. And also at the same time, on a parallel, basically, Bugatti decided at that time that they were going to develop an all-electric Bugatti. It was going to be a new car from the line, because eventually, and they knew this, that after the Chiron, they're going to have to go full electric on that Bugatti, which, understandable. The project at Bugatti, and I've heard about it like firsthand from like the good people there, the project from Bugatti is going to be a no-go. And the reason why is, from the beginning, they were not really that excited. I think the price point was too expensive, and people said, I'm not paying that for, you know, just an electric, whatever it was going to be, which, for all of those who know, it was going to be fucking interesting to have one of those as a Bugatti. But I think the brilliant move right here comes from VW recognizing two things. Number one, they have a stepchild that's not making them a lot of money, but the brand value is worth a lot for them. Why? Because when you're the top of the top, and Bugatti is the top of the top white glove, if you will. When you're the top of that, people will always want to buy your other products, because they're looking up at the thing that they can afford, and they'll buy below, anything below, Lamborghini, Porsche, etc. Keeping that brand was essential to them. And what I love is that Rimac, and this is a rumor, by the way, it's not confirmed yet, but I think it's going to happen, that Rimac is coming in and acquiring Bugatti. What we got to look at now is simple. The play is beautiful, because Volkswagen and Bugatti spent $1.6 billion, that's a billion dollars, developing the Veyron platform. With the Chiron, they were way more successful, but let's not lie about it, the Chiron is just a Veyron. That, even though they say, oh, he changed all of these things, it's a little modified Veyron. They did not spend the 1.6 billion, and at the same time, they're making so many additions through Winkleman, the ex-CEO of Lamborghini, that's making all these crazy special editions, and they're making so much money from it. But right now, that train's going to stop. So the question at this point for them was, how are we going to make this Bugatti special? What's going to separate it from all the electric cars? Well, what's it going to be? And the brilliant move comes in the sense of, you know what? Let's just license the name, and this is what I'm thinking is happening. Let's license the name Bugatti to Rimac, along with all of our designers and all of the group that we have. And all we do is slap that, plus all of the incredible Rimac technology that's going to be unique to the Rimac, obviously, that they're probably not going to give Pininfarina, that they're probably not going to give others, like face recognition and other good stuff that probably we shouldn't be talking about. But the brilliant move comes in a really simple way. The move is, you come in as Mate Rimac, which 15% of Rimac is owned by Volkswagen, therefore Bugatti stays within the family. You do a licensing deal that doesn't cost you any R&D. There's no research and development cost for this car because Mate already did everything for the C2. The only cost they're gonna have now, and this is why it's so fucking brilliant and it hurts my brain that I didn't come up with this, is they're gonna keep the designers there. They're gonna keep, Mate's bringing the technology on and the name. So all you need to do now is just design a beautiful car, and then you're done. This is coach building, guys. We talked about coach building how fucking long ago, being the way of the future. And it might not be 100% the way it's gonna happen, but think about it. BMW does not own Rolls-Royce. BMW licenses the brand from Rolls-Royce. Rolls-Royce does not produce cars. Rolls-Royce asks BMW to produce their cars to their standards, and that's part of their licensing deal. This is gonna be the fucking same, and it's brilliant because you eliminate completely the R&D. That means for the new Chiron, for the new Veyron, there's not gonna be $1 billion poured into it. That had already been done for the C2 from Rimac. Are you fucking kidding me? So Mate, the team at Rimac, congratulations guys if this goes through for real, because it's brilliant. It really shows us how creative we can get when making a business deal, and everybody to win, because Bugatti wins, VW Group wins because they still get to keep the number one guy, and then there's no R&D, and Mate wins too because now he can produce his car without people saying, well, why am I gonna buy a Rimac instead of a Bugatti? Homie, now you're gonna buy the fucking Bugatti. Congratulations, Mate. If you guys want to hear the full talk, the full explanation and everything, make sure to go to Let's Talk About Cars Here on YouTube, on Spotify, on iTunes, pretty much fucking anywhere. I love you motherfuckers. I hope this made some sense, and I'll see you later.